My purpose in art is to represent Ireland and its great poets, musicians, artists, politicians, its landscapes, islands, seascapes in a modern setting. So they have a place in our modern architecture and our lives. If you read Ulysses, it could have been written this year. You know, it's as modern now as it was and contemporary now as it was when it was written in the early 1900s. And that's what I like about Joyce, and that's why I connect with him. I connect with him as a contemporary writer, and I'm a contemporary artist. I've done two portraits, two large-scale portraits of Joyce. One before I read Ulysses, and one after I read Ulysses. I'm trying to encapsulate the whole of Ulysses, the book Ulysses, in this particular painting, with the idea of a portrait of Joyce and how I see he saw it. So it's complicated. The main thing that was going through my mind drawing is that I'm getting it right. But what you got to do, like, and I love this. I used to do it with the TV years ago. I love the speed at which you have to draw because everybody moves so quickly. So you've got to capture the image very fast, unless they're posing for you. And I love when people aren't posing, that you've got 2 or 3 seconds to catch a fleeting image, and then it's gone. And it's very instant, very intense, and it really trains the eye to the hand, the movement of the eye to the movement of the hand, and, you know, capturing the image in your mind and transferring it very quickly onto the sheet of paper. When I was in college, I was, you know, in order to do a painting, we were told, you know, you have to sleep with your paint. You know what I mean? You have to eat it, live and breathe it. And for me, like, to do something like this, I really have to get into it. I have to get into the part. And traveling around Dublin to the different places that Joyce includes in the book was, you know, like, was part of that process for me to get into, almost get into the whole, you know, to walk into the book. I love the East Coast. I love that journey, the train journey. It's one of my, in all of Europe, even the south of France, that specific train journey from Dunleary into Dublin is one of my favourites. The feeling of travelling in was the same feeling that you get in Ulysses is the journey, you know, an outward journey and also an inward journey. And you're sitting on a train, you have a huge inward journey. When I came out of the train station, there was a funeral in the church, and it seemed quite significant to me that it was there on my personal journey through Ulysses. And you know, I took my hat off in reverence to it, and the memory of the specific reason why Bloom had the day off that morning. Synchronicity or what, I don't know. The hardest part of painting Joyce is to get a decent image of him. So I have to work from maybe 6 different images of him because of the time that he lived in. There's no really great detailed photographs of him, you know. And so it's very hard to work from A, from photographs of people, and then B, from badly taken photographs or very old photographs. The challenge is to make him look alive and real and, you know, and alive and here in this painting. It was nice coming up into Hodges Figgis. It was fantastic to see my work in a different setting, in a literary setting, to celebrate Joyce. Yeah, Davy Burns really is, on the south side, is the crux of Bloomsday. Everyone gathers there to celebrate, and I've been there a couple of years dressed up, and as I said before, like, I enjoy the dressing up and I enjoy the party that ensues. I definitely think that with all the bank holidays that were given in Ireland, they should take one of the bank holidays and change it to a Bloomsday holiday and call it Bloomsday holiday and give us a holiday on that specific day so that more people could celebrate it, because it should be celebrated. It's the Irish Bible as far as I'm concerned. It's almost a biography of a day in the life of a specific person, and that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to create a very realistic painting of Joyce and what would be going through his mind, you know, on a particular day. And these images, they're almost images from his imagination, you know, that say that we'd all see you're walking down a particular street and there's something going on in your mind and you're visualising something else as you're walking. Well, that's what I'm trying to do in this painting, is to do a portrait of Joyce, the visualisations that he would have had, the memories that he would have had of Dublin that he included in the book. Yeah, the Ormond Hotel was closed and it was a terrible shame. You know, that's where they had a bit of a party and a sing-song that evening, but at least there was a plaque there to commemorate him. Unfortunately, the building is very run down, and hopefully whoever takes it over eventually will do a bit more to celebrate Joyce and our literary heroes. Coming up Grafton Street and into Bewley's to see my painting was a privilege. I can never do a portrait of somebody without doing a little bit of a self-portrait. I wouldn't say I'm anywhere near as brilliant as James Joyce, but I would sort of, I would have been brought into his world.